There is a gentle power that flows through us all, a quiet current of thought, belief, and imagination. It is often overlooked in the rush of daily life, buried beneath responsibilities, expectations, and noise. But if we take a moment, just a moment, to still ourselves, to close our eyes and breathe deeply, we can begin to access it. This power is the ability to visualize, to imagine with clarity and intention the life we wish to live. And in creative visualization, Shakti Gawain leads us back to this sacred inner space where creation begins, not with effort or struggle, but with the soft unfolding of thought into form. The central message of the book is simple, yet profound: your thoughts shape your reality. But Gawain does not stop at mere affirmation of this truth. She invites us into a deeper understanding of how our inner world, our imagination, emotions, beliefs, and mental pictures, can be consciously directed to manifest the outer experiences we long for. The key lies in visualization, not as fantasy or idle daydreaming, but as an active, vibrant practice of co-creation with the universe. When we talk about creating our lives, we often assume it means working harder, pushing further, or hustling longer. But Gawain shifts the paradigm entirely. She teaches that true creation is not about force, it's about alignment. It's about tuning into the natural rhythm of life, trusting that the energy we hold within our minds and hearts is the blueprint from which our physical world unfolds. Visualization becomes the bridge between the invisible and the visible. What we see inwardly, with clarity and emotional resonance, begins to take form in our outer world. One of the core techniques Gawain shares is the practice of mentally rehearsing our goals, desires, or dreams as if they are already true. She encourages us to picture ourselves living in our ideal home, working in our dream job, or experiencing vibrant health, not as something distant or out of reach, but as our current reality. This is not self-deception, it's spiritual preparation. When we see and feel what we want with vividness and belief, we signal to the subconscious mind that this is our truth. And the subconscious, ever obedient, begins to draw opportunities, resources, and synchronicities into our lives to make it so. Consider the example of someone longing for a career shift, a person trapped in a job that drains their spirit. Rather than staying stuck in hopelessness, they begin to visualize a new chapter. Each morning, they close their eyes and imagine walking into a space that lights them up, a studio, a classroom, a healing center. They feel the joy of purpose, the excitement of fulfillment. They repeat affirmations like, "I am now doing work that I love," and, "My true calling brings me prosperity and joy." Over time, their energy shifts. They begin to notice new ideas, conversations, and connections that support the vision. What once felt impossible now begins to seem inevitable. But Gawain is not naive in her optimism. She acknowledges the blocks that many of us face, old beliefs, fears, and doubts that hold us back from claiming the lives we deserve. She teaches that creative visualization is not magic, it is a process. And part of that process includes healing the internal resistance that says, "I'm not worthy, it's too late," or, "This won't work for me." Through gentle exercises and affirmations, she helps us reprogram the limiting beliefs that live in the shadows of our minds. There is great tenderness in her approach. She reminds us that we are not failures for having fear. We are not broken because we've struggled. The inner work of visualization includes compassion, for where we've been, for the wounds we carry, and for the parts of ourselves that are still. Learning how to trust. The journey is not just about manifesting things, it is about becoming the person who can receive them with open arms and a whole heart. Gawain's teachings also touch upon the importance of clarity and specificity in our visualization. It's not enough to say, "I want to be happy," or, "I want more money." The universe responds to details. So she encourages us to name our desires clearly and to hold them lightly, not with desperate attachment, but with joyful expectancy. Like planting a seed, we must nurture it with care and trust that it will bloom in its own perfect time. She shares, too, that visualization must be balanced with action. It is not passive wishing. It is a dance between intention and effort. As we align with our inner vision, we must also follow the guidance we receive, making the call, taking the class, saying yes to the invitation. The universe meets us halfway, but we must be willing to take the steps that our inner wisdom whispers to us. One of the most transformative ideas in the book is the notion that everything we desire is already available to us in the realm of spirit. Abundance, love, creativity, they are not scarce commodities, but infinite energies waiting to be expressed through us. When we visualize, we are not asking the universe to give us something we lack. We are aligning ourselves with a frequency that already exists and allowing it to move through us into form. This understanding can be deeply liberating. It dissolves the illusion of separation between us and our dreams. It reminds us that we are not powerless observers of life, but conscious participants in its unfolding. With each image we hold, each affirmation we repeat, we are sculpting the substance of our reality. Life becomes not a random series of events, but a canvas upon which we paint with the brushstrokes of thought, belief, and emotion. There is also a spiritual dimension to Gawain's work that runs quietly beneath the surface. She suggests that our desires are not selfish or superficial, but sacred. They are the language through which our soul speaks, guiding us toward growth, expression, and contribution. When we honor our desires, we honor the divine intelligence that placed them within us. And when we manifest them with integrity and love, we uplift not just ourselves but the world around us. Gawain also reminds us to use visualization not just for personal gain, but for healing, service, and collective well-being. We can visualize peace in our relationships, healing for a loved one, or harmony in the world. In this way, creative visualization becomes a spiritual practice, a form of prayer, and an offering of light to a world in need. Throughout the book, there is a sense of gentle empowerment. Gawain is not trying to impress or instruct from a pedestal. She speaks as a fellow traveler, offering tools, stories, and encouragement from her own journey. Her voice is calm, steady, and kind, a reminder that transformation is not a dramatic leap but a series of small, faithful steps taken in love. In closing, creative visualization is more than a book. It is an invitation, a call to return to the quiet space within where all creation begins. It is a reminder that we are not helpless in the face of life's circumstances. We are creators. We are dreamers. We are powerful beings capable of shaping a reality that reflects the deepest truths of our hearts. By visualizing with love, clarity, and trust, we step into alignment with the life we were always meant to live. And so, as you sit with these teachings, let your mind become a sanctuary of vision. Let your heart become a magnet for grace. And know, with deep certainty, that what you see within, you can hold in your hands. All things are possible for the one who dares to imagine and believes.